You're watching the live stream of the Muleshoe Mules versus Friona Chieftains homecoming football matchup from Benny Douglas Football Stadium, David Wood Field here in Muleshoe, Texas, from September the 9th, 2022. Our Gilliam Advertising Channel 6, MuleshoeTV.com. A live stream broadcast is brought to you by Barrett Potato Farms, Leal's Tortilla Factory, Burton Service Center, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Muleshoe Independent School District, Mohawk Auto Parts, WTG Fuels, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Edward Jones and Stephen Dement, Hi-Tek Automotive, Farmers Insurance and Julie DeBruin, Irrigation Pumps and Power Incorporated, and Bailey County Farm Bureau, Scott Miller. We'll take you down to the field here in just a few seconds as the mini mule cheerleaders will come out and do their routines, and we'll go to our pregame during that as well with our voice of the Muleshoe Mules, Elliott Davis. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. here at Benny Douglas Football Stadium. Then we'll have the first half of action, the Mules versus Friona Chieftains, and then during the halftime we'll take you live again down to the field as they will have the homecoming queen coronation for our 2022 MHS homecoming queen. That all coming up today here on our live stream, along with the second half of action of the Mules homecoming matchup versus the Friona Chieftains.
Everyone to David Wood Field inside Benny Douglas Stadium for tonight's non-district matchup between your Muleshoe Mules and the Friona Chieftains. It's homecoming night in Muleshoe, and we celebrate our first home game of the season. I'm Elliott Davis, the voice of the Mules, coming to you under the Friday night lights with Gilliam Advertising Channel 6 Muleshoe. Muleshoe comes into the season 1-1 with a win last week against Lamesa, 41-14. A really great performance by the offense and defense of Muleshoe, and the loss coming in the first of the season to Littlefield, 28-7 to open up the season. Friona is 0-1. The Chieftains loss coming to Panhandle, 21-0. Last year, Muleshoe traveled to Friona, and Friona won that game 55-13. The Mules are currently no district play yet, sitting 1-1, along with River Road and Delhart is 1-0. Shawwater, Bushland are 2-0 for your District 2-3A standings. Now here's your Friona Chieftain roster. Number 1, you have Isaac Alamos. Number 2, Martin Godinez. Number 3, Damian Sanchez. 4, Mario Batista. 7, Juan Garcia. 8, Stephen Alley. 10, Tony Rodriguez. 12, Josh Gonzalez. 13, Jose Sacedo. 14, Johnny Gonzalez. 15, Anthony Lopez. 16, Owen McGaffin. 20, Josiah Dominguez. 21, Aaron Rosales. 22, George Garcia. 24, Abediza Torres. 28, Dieter Alley. 33, Edwin Munoz. 44, Alex Rivas. 50, Diego Cazeta. 51, Eduardo Juarez. 55, Ishmael Flores. 58, Eric Dromino. 59, Jose Alvarez. 60, Jaden Phillips. 62, Elijah Robello. 65, Heviliat Perez. 72, Angel Sacedo. 74, Aaron Rodriguez. 76, Gabe Abarca. The head coach is Jimmy Arias, and the superintendent is Jimmy Burns for the Chieftains. Now, here's your Muleshoe Mule 2022 starting lineup, or your roster. Number 0, Davian McMullen, wide receiver, linebacker, senior. Number 1, Irvin Torres, wide receiver, defensive back, senior. Number 2, Judas Reyes, wide receiver, defensive back, senior. Number 3, Bone Cincineros, wide receiver, defensive back, senior. Number 4, Ryan Dominguez, quarterback, defensive back, sophomore. 5, Nathan Martins, quarterback, defensive back, sophomore. Number 7, Sebastian Curvin, quarterback, linebacker, junior. Number 8, Justin Dyke, wide receiver, defensive back, senior. Number 11, Yahir Cazeda, wide receiver, defensive back, sophomore. Number 13, KB Herrera, wide receiver, defensive line, junior. Number 18, Anthony No, running back, defensive back, senior. 20, Ryan Clifton, wide receiver, defensive line, senior. 21, Daniel Sines, wide receiver, defensive back, junior. 22, Noah Cantu, wide receiver, defensive back, junior. 24, Uriel Vasquez, wide receiver, defensive back, senior. Number 30, Isaiah Espinoza, wide receiver, linebacker, senior. Number 33, Tate Shipman, wide receiver, linebacker, senior. Number 44, Jaxer Lopez, running back, defensive line, junior. 51, Jonathan Salinas, offensive line, defensive line, junior. 52, Peyton Hart, offensive line, defensive line, junior. 54, Davian Ragsdale, offensive line, defensive line, senior. 55, Ezekiel Hinos, offensive line, defensive line, junior. 60, Raymond Cortez, offensive line, defensive line, sophomore. 63, Osmart Rodriguez, offensive line, defensive line, sophomore. 64, Ivan Mora, wide receiver, defensive back, junior. 66, Eric Vasquez, offensive line, defensive line, senior. 67, Aaron Morales, offensive line, defensive line, sophomore. 74, Lee Tosh, offensive line, defensive line, junior. 75, Camilo Espinoza, offensive line, defensive line, junior. 76, Isaac Villa, offensive line, defensive line, senior. 78, Nick Reyes, offensive line, defensive line, senior. Number 80, Mauricio Herrera, wide receiver, defensive back, sophomore. 81, Ramsey Martinez, wide receiver, defensive back, junior. Your head coach is Jason Richards. The associate head coach is Aaron Simon. Offensive coordinator is Chris Mosier. Defensive coordinator is Daryl Davis. Special teams coordinator is Stephen Butler. Your assistant coaches are as listed: Jackson Lee, AJ Villanueva, David Sturvident, Austin Ross, Brant Davis, Hector Lopez, and Gentry Doolittle. Your superintendent is Dr. R.L. Richards, and the high school principal is Cindy Basir. Muleshoe versus Friona Chieftains is brought to you by Barrett Produce, Leal's Tortilla Factory, Burton Service Center, Muleshoe Animal Clinic Vet Supply, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, Bailey County Electric, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Muleshoe ISD, Mohawk Auto Parts, WTG Fuels, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Edward Jones, Stephen Dement, Farmers Insurance, Julie DeBruin, Hi-Tek Automotive, Irrigation Pumps and Power, and Bailey County Farm Bureau, Scott Miller. Once again, Muleshoe in the 2-3A Division 1. Currently Bushland 2-0, along with Shallowwater 2-0, Muleshoe 1-1, River Road 1-1, Delhart 1-0. Muleshoe on the season, starting off with the loss to Littlefield, and that was one that you want to forget. A lot of turnovers in that game. Offense would get down the field, turn the ball over. Defense actually played very well in that game. A couple of those turnovers led to points for the Wildcats earlier in that game. Then later in the game, you come around and the turnovers end up leading to really good starting field position for the Littlefield Wildcats. Muleshoe turns the leaf over in Lamesa as they went into Lamesa Golden Tour Stadium. Lamesa did win that game 41-14. Really a good defensive game for the Muleshoe Mules. The defensive line really held together. I couldn't keep up with how many sacks were in that game. It was a really, really intense game in the trenches and definitely a dominating win in the trenches for the Muleshoe defense. The secondary played really good. A couple interceptions in that game that helped Muleshoe into winning that game in Lamesa. On the other hand, the offense did a really good job. Slow, methodical drives. The first two possessions were turnovers for Muleshoe, and kind of had a flashback shock into last week's game against Littlefield from the Lamesa standpoint from that game. But Lamesa leading back wasn't able to get much done. He was held to, I think it was right under 100 yards is what I had written down. Keaton Bolton is really dominating last year for Lamesa. He went in, ran the ball for Lamesa, was able to hold Lamesa to a victory last year, but this year Muleshoe showed up and Lamesa did a really good job defensively, offensively. Sebastian Curvin doing a great job getting the ball downfield, and he had a couple of keepers himself. A mixture of the running backs did really good in that game also. You had, of course, you had Sebastian Curvin with several carries. You had Daniel Sines going in with a lot of carries. And then you also had a couple of great catches by Irvin Torres out in the slot. Davian McMullen had a couple really good catches. Ramsey Martinez with a couple of good catches. The wide receivers did a really good job of catching the ball, finding the open space, kind of reading where they needed to go to take care of business, and has a really good job all around by the offense and defense. On the defensive side, you had Jaxer Lopez, Nick Reyes taking care of business. You also had, if I remember, Osmar Rodriguez, who had some really good tackles. Tate Shipman doing a really good job finding his way in the backfield, too, for the Muleshoe defense. But like I said, really good job all around for everyone in the team, offensive and defensively. And then it looks like the Muleshoes come out. We're going to get ready for the national anthem. As everybody else does, so will we. All right, welcome back after that wonderful national anthem by the mighty M Band. Doing a great job this year, too. Muleshoe looking to keep their win streak going, looking to go 2-1 on the season as they host the Chieftains on this wonderful September night. Really nice, sun's out, 80 degrees and hovering right in that area. And you see your captains are going to be number 7, Sebastian Curvin, 0, Davian McMullen, and 1, Irvin Torres for the Muleshoe Mules. For the Chieftains, your captains for this game are 44, Alex Rivas. Looks like number 11, Heston Grimsley. And 20, this is going to be Josiah Dominguez. And then that looks like Isaac Alamos on the end for the... No, it is Stephen Alley. Number 8, Stephen Alley. So, Friona last year hosting the Mules, won that game, and Muleshoe's really looking to return the favor here at home today. Looking for a big win in the offensive leads, looking to kind of keep what they had going. Nice little balance of pass and run. Muleshoe's defense looking for kind of the same thing as what they had, keeping the run contained and then letting no passes behind you. The secondary doing a really good job. Muleshoe only giving up a few big runs. It's been a little chunk yardage that Lamisa is able to get, and then a little bit of miscommunication by Muleshoe's defense, what led to a couple of Lamisa's touchdowns. But other than that, just week 2 kind of got some more jitters out of the way, and by week 3 you should be pretty good in prime time football mode for a lot of these kiddos that are playing today. So we get ready for kickoff, kicking away for the Muleshoe Mules, or kicking away for the Chieftains, I'm sorry. It's going to be, let me get a number. It's going to be 22. That's going to be George Garcia. And Daniel Sines is going to be back to receive for the Mules. And your homecoming is on the way. Little pooch kick going to go out to number 11. Fair catch. That's Yahir Kazeda. Here comes Sebastian Curvin and company, huddled around coach, and a really, really good offensive unit that Muleshoe has, really showing what they have in last week's game versus Lamisa. Muleshoe will set up shop 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. 3-man front by the Chieftains, and that's something that you really don't see a lot of. You got 3 middle linebackers, and I wonder if they're going to lay off the blitz a little bit. Here's a pass that's going to go out to number 1, Irvin Torres, who's going to take it. He's going to get some really good blocks out in front of him, step out of bounds. It's going to be a 10-yard gain, enough for the first down for the Muleshoe Mules, and there we go. There's Irvin Torres. His name not called a whole lot this season, and definitely starting to hear it more and more as the games continue. He's a dangerous target last year. Him and Sebastian. Sebastian was at the tight end spot last year. Had a lot of catches up the middle. Really big target down the field. Now is your quarterback. Sends number 3, Bones Cisneros, in motion. Bones nowhere to go. It's going to be a no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 at the Muleshoe 42. 11:40 left in the first quarter. Clock continuing to run. Muleshoe's offense looking off to the sideline at coach. Up at top, you got Ramsey Martinez. Down low, you got Irvin Torres, Bones Cisneros. And then it should be number 0. Should be Davian McMullen. It's going to be a keeper by Sebastian Curvin, who's going to get out on the outside. Sebastian Curvin, open field. There he goes. All the real estate in the world. 10-5. Touchdown, Mules. 11-14 in the first quarter. That's going to be a 58-yard run by your quarterback, Sebastian Curvin, for the Muleshoe touchdown. 6-0 is your score in favor of your Mules. Attempting the extra points, number 1, Irvin Torres. Snap is down. Good snap, good hold, and good kick. 58-yard run by Sebastian Curvin. Not to forget about Bone Centeneros on the play also before, and then the play before that, really good catch by Irvin Torres. Led on that drive, 3 plays. And boy, you didn't even burn a minute off the clock. 11:14 left in the first quarter. 7-0 is now your score. 58-yard run. Sebastian Curvin. Kick is good by Irvin Torres. So if you go back and look on that play, it was really good blocks on the outside, really turning the field, doing a great job for the Muleshoe offensive line on that play, and really good job by the blocks out there on the secondary, getting up to the secondary by the wide receivers. Led to Sebastian Curvin only needing to beat one man on the outside, and that was a middle linebacker on the other side of the field who read his keys right, came across, and just wasn't able to catch up to the very, very fast Sebastian Curvin. Kicking it away is going to be Aaron Morales. And here's the Muleshoe kick. That's going to be high and deep. That's going to land at about the 20. Miscommunication by the Chieftains. And forced out of bounds by number 22, Noah Cantu. 24 for the Chieftains is going to be Abiziah Torres. It's Abiziah Torres. So here comes the Chieftains offense. 1st and 10 in the Chieftain territory, their own 28-yard line. Quarterback, handoff that's going to go up to number 4, who's going to be met immediately, tackled. That's going to be Mario Bautista on the carry for the Chieftains. Nowhere to go. Damian McMullen on the tackle. Good job by the defensive line, really filling their gaps. Damian McMullen stepped up, recognized what was happening immediately. Way to keep your eyes up. Here comes a pass. That's going to be a quick pass out, almost intercepted. The intended receiver, number 44, Alex Rivas. Stops the clock at 10:48 in the first quarter. Muleshoe leads 7-0. Third down and 7 for the Chieftains. Handoff, number 4 has some blocks out in front of him, and that's going to be enough for a first down as a 7-yard run. 1st and 10, new fresh set of downs for the Chieftains, run by Bautista. Snap. It's going to be a keeper by the quarterback. That's going to be number 2, who has blocks on the outside. And he's going to be finally tackled by number 1, Irvin Torres. That was Martin Gudinez. First down for the Chieftains as they move into Muleshoe territory. Gudinez, quarterback. Three wide receivers at the bottom of your screen. Watch out for those. And then here he goes. Gudinez looking to his left. That's going to be a pass out to number 1. That's going to be a nice little 10-yard pass. In-out route. That was number 1, Isaac Alamos. New set of downs. 1st and 10 for the Chieftains at the Muleshoe 30. 9:30 and counting in the first quarter. Muleshoe leads 7-0. And that's going to be a false start. And as an offense, you have momentum, and you get going, and then something small as a false start can definitely temper with the offensive tempo that you have set. And let's see if Muleshoe can take advantage of this. Clock will continue to run, 9:10 and counting in the first quarter. Godinez, handoff, Bautista. Outside, met. Number 3, Bone Centeneros on the tackle. It's going to make it 2nd and long for the Chieftains. Godinez at quarterback, and it looks like Bautista's going to line up to the right of Godinez. 4 wide receiver set, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom of your screen. Muleshoe showing blitz. And some really good blocks, and that's going to be a deep pass. That was number 1, Isaac Alamos, who slipped behind the secondary, the cornerback for Muleshoe. Clock will stop at 8:28 in the first quarter. 7-0 score in favor of your Muleshoe Mules. 3rd and long. Your first down is at the 20, currently located at the about the 35, 36-yard line of Muleshoe. And Muleshoe definitely stacking the line. Here we go. It's going to be a toss to the outside, and that's going to go nowhere. Bautista on the carry. Davian Ragsdale on the tackle. Really good buy. Davian shed his block, did a really good job of getting to the outside, filling in the gap that he needed to, and getting the tackle against Bautista. Brings up 4th and very long for the Chieftains. Ball at the Muleshoe 33-yard line now. Clock still running, 7:50 and counting in the first quarter. 7-0 is your score. Got a trio set at the top of your screen, and that's where the quarterback's going to look. He's going to run out to his left, and he's going to be brought down short of the first down, and there's going to be a flag on the play. And there's a flag on the play, and I think it's going to be a legal procedure on. And coach is going to decline it. Yeah, ineligible man downfield is going to be called against the Chieftains. Turnover on downs, and the Muleshoe defense showing what they got. Doing a really good job holding the Chieftains. 4th down, stopping them before the first down marker. Muleshoe will now set up shop at their own 20, about the 23-yard lines where they're going to mark it for Muleshoe. So 1st and 10 for your Mules, and here comes Sebastian Curvin and company. Last drive, 3 plays, burnt not even a minute off the clock, and it was a 58-yard run by Sebastian Curvin. And here we go, handoff, Daniel Signs. Daniel Signs, blockers out in front of him, and that's going to be a gain of, I want to say a gain of 1, man. Make it 2nd down and 9 for the Mules. And that was really good blocks up front by the Muleshoe offensive line. Just the Chieftain defense stepped up, and they read the play correctly. Nothing you can do about that one. It's really good defensive play by the Chieftains. 2nd down, handoff, Signs again to the backfield, the Chieftains, and looks like Signs was able to get up back to the line of scrimmage and reach out for maybe another yard. 3rd down and 7 for your Mules. So it'd be 3rd down and 8. 6:50 and counting in the first quarter. 7-0 is what your score is in favor of your Muleshoe Mules. Watch Irvin Torres in the slot. He has a really, really good slant route that he runs. Daniel Signs now moving to the right of Sebastian Curvin. Sebastian looking. Daniel Signs catch. Daniel Signs leaps forward. 1st down. Great catch by Daniel Signs and great athletic effort by him, recognizing where the 1st down marker is and reaching out to get that Muleshoe 1st down. 6:20 and counting in the first quarter. Sebastian now looking off to the side for coach. Coach giving directions. Irvin Torres and Bone Cincinnati are at the bottom of your screen. Top of your screen, I think, is David McMullen, number 0. And here we go. Daniel Signs on the carry. And that's going to be a gain of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8 for the Mules. Second down, 8, 5:40 and counting in this first quarter. Muleshoe leads 7-0, looking to add some insurance to what they currently have. Sebastian handoff Signs. That's going to be a draw up the middle again. That's going to be a better gain of yardage. We'll make it 3rd down and about 4 for the Mules. And that's kind of what you like out of your running game. You get some chunk yardage, kind of get you closer to that 1st down marker. Trying to take off any yards you can. 3rd down, Sebastian, Curvin, and company looking off. Daniel Signs now to the right of Sebastian. Sebastian looking. Quick pass. That's Irvin Torres on the out route. And he is not out of bounds, and he is just barely shoelace tackled by Stephen Alley. Boy, oh boy, I thought he stepped out of bounds, and it was really good recognition by Irvin Torres looking down, recognizing where he was, stayed in bounds, kept running. Tackle inbound should keep the clock running. 4:50 and counting. 1st and 10 for Muleshoe into Chieftain territory at the Chieftains' 28-yard line. We'll have to get the play off. 5 seconds left on the play clock. Got to get it off. And here we go. Keeper by Sebastian Curvin going up the middle. Little quarterback draw. 3-yard run by Sebastian Curvin. 4:10 and counting in the 1st quarter. 2nd down and 7 for your Mules. I'm sorry, 2nd down and 8. Sebastian, handoff, Daniel Signs. Daniel Signs makes a move, cuts back on the inside. A big run by Daniel Signs. 3rd down and 2 for Muleshoe. He's 2nd down and 3, 2nd down and 2. I want to say 2nd down and 3 from, or 3rd down and 3, I'm sorry, for Muleshoe. Got a trip set on the bottom of your screen. That's Bones Cincineros, Irvin Torres, and then number 2, that's Judas Reyes. And then that's going to go. No, oh no, Sebastian Kerr was able to get out of it and able to recover for the 1st down. Oh boy, Sebastian Curvin knocked off whatever Chieftains he had on him, cut back on the inside into the open field, and was able to get a few more yards for the 1st down for Muleshoe. Fresh set of downs inside the 20. The Muleshoe Mules go. 3 minutes left in the 1st quarter and counting. And Muleshoe just methodically going downfield, running, balance running and passing, and pretty successful in both right now. And looking to keep that momentum going. Same trio at the bottom. Ramsey Martinez is the lone wide receiver at the top of your screen. And coach doesn't like what he sees. He's going to call a timeout. Stops the clock at 2:39 in the 1st quarter. 7-0 is your score. So far in this game, it's been really the offense and defense doing a really great job. Muleshoe bending and not breaking. The Chieftains getting downfield. And Muleshoe forcing a turnover on downs. First series in the game for Muleshoe, though, was a 58-yard touchdown. It's a quarterback keeper by Sebastian Curvin. Really good job by him. Three plays. Less than a minute burned off of that game clock for the Mules. Different series on this one. Muleshoe kind of a little bit more methodical. Haven't really found an open spot. The defense has been really good about not letting the big play happen. And honestly, they were one tackle away from keeping it from getting it down to the 20. Irvin Torres, big breakout play on this series so far, getting it down to about just inside the 30. Really good job by the offense so far, especially the offensive line really kind of reading their blocks. The Chieftain defense is doing a really good job of just stepping in and filling in the gaps, not letting anything big happen, but Muleshoe slowly chiseling away at yardage. 1st and 10 for Muleshoe. Irvin Torres in motion, now going to the other slot. Sebastian looking, play action. That's going to go out to Ramsey Martinez. And did he catch that? Oh, just sending it out of his hands. Stops the clock at 2:35. And oh, man, that was Ramsey Martinez, 81, who was out there, nearly caught that pass. Brings up a second down and 10. That's going to be a keeper by Sebastian. Sebastian's going nowhere. He's going to be finally brought down. That's going to be a loss of a yard on the play. 3rd down and 11 for Muleshoe. Clock will continue to run, 2:20 and counting in the first quarter. Third down and 11 for the Mules. Sebastian rolling back, looking, gets it out. That's going to be 81. Ramsey Martinez makes a move. Touchdown, Muleshoe. 24-yard pass out to Ramsey Martinez. Ramsey shimmy and shaking. 156 in the first quarter brings the score 13-0 in favor of Muleshoe. Boy, Ramsey Martinez was open. It was good recognition by Sebastian Curvin. He had all day to throw. Good job by the offensive line. And Ramsey Martinez just catches it, gets to the outside, makes a couple moves, makes some men miss, and gets down the sideline for the big score for Muleshoe. 13-0 is your score here in the first quarter. 156, timeout called. So really good methodical drive for the Mules, really burning a lot of clock off in this first quarter on homecoming night here in Muleshoe, Texas. And honestly, I'd like to really say good job by the offensive line. They've done a really good job communicating who they need to take care of, kind of getting on the outside blocks and everything. There was only a few runs here and there that were just kind of not really getting up to the secondary fast enough and stuff, and the Chieftains kind of beat the Mules in that area, but ultimately the Mules offense, really good blocking up front, getting around their blocks, doing a really good job. Recognition by Sebastian Curvin, reading where the wide receivers are at. Really good route running by with the wide receivers too. And here we go. It's going to be for 2 points. It's going to be Daniel Signs, who's going to take it in. Oh, no, it wasn't a touchdown. Never mind. So Ramsey Martinez stepped out of bounds. And I think everybody was kind of thinking the same thing, too. Everyone in the stands kind of questioning what just happened. Extra point by Irvin Torres. It's going to be up. And good. So it was a 5-yard touchdown by Daniel Signs, which now makes the score 14-0. Extra point good by Irvin Torres. I apologize. I thought Ramsey Martinez didn't step out of bounds. It looked pretty clean to me, and I think that's what the timeout was for, is a officiating timeout to discuss what happened in Muleshoe. And Chieftains came back out. 14-0 is now your score in favor of Muleshoe. Muleshoe going to kick it away. And just a little reminder, 156 in the first quarter, 14-0. Muleshoe will kick the ball away for the second half. They did receive the ball for the first half to start the game. So once again, 5-yard run. Daniel Signs on the carry for the big touchdown for Muleshoe. Ramsey Martinez, credit out to him. I thought he had that touchdown. I thought he ran down the sideline. Can't really see out that way, but they marked him out right around the 5. Aaron Morales to kick it away. And here comes the kick. It's going to be high, good. 21 is going to take it. That's Aaron Rosales, who's going to get upfield and lean past the 30 up to about the 32-yard line for the Chieftains. .151 in the first quarter, and the Chieftains will now take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. Godinez looking to the sideline, looking to his right. Oh my goodness, that was almost in the hands of Ramsey Martinez, just outside of his reach, but hitting the hands of the intended receiver. That's going to be Aaron Rosales. Break up a 2nd and 10 for the Chieftains. 1:46 in the first quarter. Clock is stopped. Handoff. That's going to go out to the big man up front. Oh, big hit. That's Damian McMullen on the hit. Alex Rivas on the carry. And man, oh man, he had some open space. Damian McMullen really kind of reading the backfield. Came across and filled the gap that he needed to really fast. Clock running 1:10 in the first quarter. Got high trips, top of your screen. Lone wide receiver down at the bottom. And blocks up front, and you got to get rid of that fast. And that was in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Isaac Alamos. Stops the clock at 1:04. 4th and 11 for the Chieftains. And at this point, you got to think to punt it away. Don't want to give Muleshoe a chance to take the ball right here. We would like for you to take the chance. I think Muleshoe's defense can stop the Chieftains, but I think the punt is what's going to happen. And lined up really close for a punt, and it's just going to be a quick little end-over-end kick that's going to go out to Bone Cincineros. I'm sorry. That is 3. Bone Cincineros on the outside has some blocks. He has some speed out in front of him. Finally brought down. That's Mario Bautista. And there's going to be a flag on it, and I think, honestly, that's going to be a face mask. I saw some face mask grabbed in there. His clock was up at 53 seconds in the first quarter. Muleshoe up 14-0. So Sebastian Curvin and company will be coming out for it's going to be a flag on Muleshoe is what it was. Will be 1st and 10 for Muleshoe starting at the Chieftain 48-yard line. Sebastian Curvin and company coming out. Here we go. Handoff. Daniel Signs up the middle. Daniel Signs getting big chunks of yardage. Big gain on the play by Daniel Signs. Handoff by Sebastian Curvin. Keep the clock running. 40 seconds and counting. And honestly, right here, you'll probably get one play off. This might be the last play of this quarter. 2nd down and about 3 for the Muleshoe Mules. Ball at the 42 of the Chieftains. Sebastian, handoff, Signs up the middle, met at the line, and he's going to keep pushing forward. Gain of 1, 2, and forward progress is going to get him down about a yard shy of the first down. 3rd down and 1. And they're going to have an injured player down the field. 11 seconds here on the clock, 14-0. Jonathan Salinas was able to get up on his own and walk off the field. I think his helmet came off too, so he's going to have to sit out a few plays. It's a good sign that he was able to get up and off on his own strength, and they're going to give Muleshoe the first down. So fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 for your Mules. And the clock should run, and Muleshoe should just let this run out. And that's the end of the first quarter. 14-0 is your score for the Mules. Muleshoe doing a really good job taking it, getting up and down the field. Kind of a recap of what
Gillam Advertising, Channel 6, MuleshoeTV.com live stream coverage of the Muleshoe Mules football versus Friona Chieftains homecoming game, brought to you by Barrett Potato Farms, Leal's Tortilla Factory, Burton Service Center, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Muleshoe Independent School District, Mohawk Auto Parts, WTG Fuels, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Edward Jones and Stephen Dement, Farmers Insurance, Julie DeBruin, Hi-Tek Automotive, Irrigation Pumps and Power, and Bailey County Farm Bureau, Scott Miller.
Scored that touchdown, turned around, and he was out at the 5. It ended up being Daniel Sines for the 5-yard run. Irvin Torres' kick is good. And then, once again, the Chieftains, nowhere to go on their next drive. And here we are in this drive, 1st and 10. Bone Cincinnati's in motion. And that's going to be an open receiver for Muleshoe. Who is that? That is Irvin Torres on the touchdown. That's going to be a 38-yard touchdown for the Mules. Brings the score 20-0 in the second quarter. Not even 5 seconds in. Oh, my goodness. Irvin Torres laying down the slot, and then he just took off. Rocket, kind of little fader out towards the goalpost. Great job by recognition by Sebastian Curvin. Toss the ball. Kick is going to be up, and it's going to be no good. Just a little low. Keeps the score 20-0 in favor of your Muleshoe Mules. 38-yard pass. Sebastian Curvin connection to Irvin Torres. And great job. Irvin Torres read exactly where the defense was. The defense was pressed a little forward. The safeties were really pressed forward. And all you got to do is just step on the gas and look at your quarterback, wave that you're open. That's exactly what happened. Sebastian Curvin looked over at him, and great job by the Muleshoe offense for recognizing that. Great job by Sebastian Curvin on the pass. Makes the score 20-0 in favor of your Muleshoe Mules. Kicking it away is 67, Aaron Morales. And once again, the offensive line for Muleshoe, I feel like they get better and better with each drive. They're giving time to their quarterback to recognize plays that are going on, getting throws that he's making throws that are really good, very, very smart throws. He's running very good. Daniel Sines is doing a really great job of running also. Really good blocks by the wide receivers and also the offensive line getting up to the secondary. And here's the kick. Going to be high in the air. 24 is going to take it himself, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds by Ramsey Martinez. So the Chieftains will be setting up shop at the 29-yard line, 11:51 in the second quarter. Godinez Looking, handoff. That's going to go to 24. He's going to be met. Davian McMullen on the big hit. Torres nowhere to go on the run. Loss of a couple makes it second down, and say it's about second down and 12 for the Chieftains. Godinez, handoff, Bautista up the middle. Bautista putting his head down. Bone sits Nerdos on the tackle, and looks like Jaxer Lopez was in there also. So Bautista really kind of very fast. He's very explosive, very shifty. He's a little bit on the quicker side for the Chieftains. Bautista coming in at 5'5" is just maneuvering around everyone. He'll have to definitely get really low to tackle. He will put his shoulder pads down. Third down, handoff, 24. Torres is going to go up the right side. Looks like Evan Torres on the tackle. 81, Ramsey Martinez was there also. Fourth down and a couple. Fourth down and short. Muleshoe definitely pressing in line of scrimmage. 2 wide receiver set. Under center is Godinez, and you haven't seen this yet, and it's going to be a quick handoff. That's going to go out to number 4, and he's going to be hit in the backfield, but I think he leaned enough forward to get the first down for the Chieftains. And he just barely got across. Mario Bautista on the carry for the Chieftains. First down, 9:55 and counting in the second quarter. 20-0 is your score. Bautista with the carry again, and he's going to make a man miss. Gain of 4 on the play will make it second down and 6. 9:30 and counting for the Chieftains. And here we go. That's going to be caught. I want to say the ball hit the ground. Ball hitting the turf will make it third down. Third down and 6 for the Chieftains. Handoff, and that's going to be a tackle. 24 Torres had nowhere to go. Fourth down for the Chieftains. 8:45 and timeout. Chieftains stops the clock at 8:46. The second quarter. 20-0 is our score here in Muleshoe, Texas, in favor of your Muleshoe Mules. Once again, Muleshoe looking at to stop the Chieftains on the fourth down, force another turnover on downs. This will be the second time in today's game. If Muleshoe is successful, got a little bit of a distance to go. It's going to be Mario Bautista really kind of carrying the running back load for the Chieftains. Hasn't been a whole lot of passing done by the Chieftains. There's only about 5 passing plays that I've counted that the Chieftains were able to run, and none of those were successful. They were really either short passes or they just barely outside the reach of their wide receivers. A couple of keepers by Martin Godinez, the quarterback, and he also had number 24, Torres, who carried a few for the Chieftains, and that's been the name of the game for the Friona Chieftains, is really the run game, I'm sorry, and then Muleshoe really doing a good job of reading where the run's going, staying patient in the middle linebacker set, but it's about timing which direction the offensive line's going, knowing where the play's going, and then you got to do that all in a matter of seconds. And the defensive line doing a good job filling up front. Middle linebackers really a good job bringing their keys. And here comes the reverse, and that's going to be a lead blocker out in front. Torres is going to be the one who carries it, and he's going to go to the house. It's going to be a reverse play. That's going to be a 54-yard touchdown for the Chieftains. Trickery is what ultimately worked, and that leads the Chieftains to a score 6-20 with 8:35 left in the second quarter for Friona. Snap is high. Kick is going to be up and good. Number 22, George Garcia on the PAT. So big 54-yard run by Torres. Torres doing on the reverse. He was out there in the slot, came back around, and I thought Freeland was fixing to run that, and so did everybody else. Everybody kind of stepped forward just a little too fast, and that led to the open spot for Friona for Torres to run through. The lead blocker was Martin Godinez, the quarterback. Tossed it, came back around, led the blocks, and there's a couple Muleshoe Mules in the area, but really good blocks by the quarterback to allow his wide receiver to score the 54-yard touchdown for the Chieftains. 20-7 is your score, and man, if that's what it took to score for the Muleshoe defense, you can't really put your head down on that one. Just a little trickery, and next time you'll be ready for it. Muleshoe's defense doing a good job in this game, still bending, not breaking. They just gave up a big play, but nothing too crazy. That's going to go out. That's Bones Cisneros. Bones cuts up field, makes a man miss, makes another man miss, and is finally brought down past the 35 up to the 37. Good yardage for Bones Cisneros, getting around the 20, gained about 17 yards. And I would take that. That's 1st and 10. Really good field position. Sets you up at about the 37-yard line of Muleshoe. 8:29 left in the second quarter. Muleshoe taking a little bit more than 7 minutes off of their last drive. Really good drive by the Muleshoe Mules. Sebastian Curvin and company now on the field. Irvin Torres in motion. I think we've seen this before. Handoff, Daniel Signs. Daniel Signs going to cut it back, recognizes the hole, big chunk of yardage, gain of 5 or 6 on the play. And that is a great job by Daniel Signs. Daniel Signs was going to go out to the outside, recognize that the hole is opening up in the middle, and that's stuff that you got to design in the split second. He made the correct decision, clock running 8 minutes and counting in the second quarter, and that was a big gain. 2nd down and 6 for Muleshoe. Good job recognition by the kid. Daniel Signs again, putting his shoulder pads down. He's going to get a couple on the play. Be about third down and 3 for your Mills. .33 Tate Shipman in. It's going to be at the wing. Irvin Torres, Bones Cisneros at the bottom of your screen. The lone receiver up top is Ramsey Martinez, 81. Signs to the left of Sebastian Curvin. Sebastian getting out to the outside. 1st down and more. Forced out of bounds into Chieftain territories. The Muleshoe Mules go 1st and 10 at the Chieftains' 46-yard line. And you watch that play play again. Tate Shipman doing a really good job getting that block. Came off his block. Daniel Sainz came up, filled in that block. Then Tate Shipman went and blocked the next guy. Really, really good job. Allowed Sebastian Curry to get some space. Here we go. Carry. That's going to be Daniel Sainz. And Daniel Sainz is going to be met in the backfield. That's a big, big loss on the play. Second down and 14 now for Muleshoe. That was a big loss on the play, and the Chieftains, really good job filling in that side of the field. They saw the run coming, and immediately we were able to get in the backfield. Once again, Irvin Torres, Bone Cincinnati's. Bottom of your screen, wide receivers, Ramsey Martinez, the lone receiver up top. Run, Daniel Sainz up the middle. Nice gain on the play. Takes you almost back to the 6. Makes it 3rd down and 11. Third and 11. Sebastian. Hand off Daniel Sainz again. Daniel Sainz putting his head down, and they're going to mark him about a yard short. I thought he had his hand down, and he dove for that first down. They're going to say a yard short, and here comes the Muleshoe offense. Offense sitting on the field, 4th and 1. Keeper, Sebastian Curvin. Sebastian Curvin up the middle. Hit down low, but not before he gets a first down for your Muleshoe Mules. 5:35 and counting in the second quarter. 20-7 is your score. Reminder, Muleshoe will kick it away to start the second half. Daniel Sainz on the carry, nowhere to go. Keeps the clock running. Uriel Vasquez and Daniel Sainz subbed out. Vasquez to the right of Sebastian Curvin. And Sebastian looking off. Bone Cincinnati's almost caught inside the 5, but unfortunately dropped. Makes it 3rd down and 9 for the Mules. Stops the clock at 4:53 in the second quarter. 20-7 is your score in favor of Muleshoe. It's going to be a 4 wide receiver set. Bone Cincinnati's, Ramsey Martinez at the bottom of your screen. Top of your screen is going to be Irvin Torres and number 2, Judas Reyes. Uriel Vasquez now moving to the right of Sebastian Curvin. Sebastian Curvin is going to keep it himself, get out to the outside, put his shoulder pads down. It's going to get some good yardage on the play. It's going to make it 4th down and very, very short. Be 4th down and a little bit under a yard for the Mules. 4:30 and counting in the second quarter. Uriel Vasquez to the right of Sebastian Curvin. Sebastian Curvin's just going to keep it himself. First down, Muleshoe. Big 5-yard run. 4-yard run for Sebastian Curvin. Makes it 1st and 10 for Muleshoe inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. 20-7 is your score. Clock running. 4:05 and counting in the second quarter. Muleshoe looking to add some insurance to their current lead that they have. Daniel Sainz now in. Handoff. Nope. Play action. Bone Cincinnati's. Oh, in and out of his hands. And that was a close call. 21. Aaron Rosales was there. And that was a very, very, very close pass. And if that was another foot, just another foot higher, throw maybe a second earlier, man. Bone Cincinnati's was right there for the catch. That stops the clock at 3:51. Ball at the 19-yard line, 2nd down and 10. Sebastian Curvin looking, handoff, Daniel signs, and it's going to be a flag on the play. And that's going to be holding on Muleshoe, and that's going to make it a repeat second down, but now makes it 2nd and 20. And if you're Muleshoe, now be your second penalty on the game. First penalty really wasn't too anything crazy. It was on a punt return. But this one definitely hurts you. Makes it 2nd down and 20. Irvin Torres in motion, now going to the other slot at the bottom of your screen. And here we go. Sebastian Curvin looking to his right. He's going to have to get out of the pocket. Makes a couple man miss. Sebastian Curvin going up the left side. Back at the 6 he goes. Inside the 10. Forced out of bounds at the 9-yard line. First down, Muleshoe. I wonder if they're going to give it to him. Yep, first down, Muleshoe will make it 1st and goal. 3:25 left in the second quarter. 20-7 is your score. Muleshoe now knocking on the door. Sebastian Curvin, handoff. Daniel Signs. Signs up the middle. Host of Chieftains. It's going to be about a 3 or 4 yard run. Make it 2nd and goal at the 6. Sebastian Company looking off to the sideline at coach for some direction. Keeps the clock running. 3:20 and counting. Handoff that's going to be out to Signs again, and he's going to have nowhere to go. Big loss. Back to the 10. Loss of 4. 3rd down and goal at the 10. Got 10 yards to go. And this is 4 down territory, so you got 2 downs to try to get inside the goal line. 3 minutes left in this first half of play. 20-7 is your score in favor of Muleshoe. Ten seconds left on the play clock. Got to get the snap off. 5 seconds left. Handoff. Signs up the middle, going to push forward. And keeps moving his feet. That's a gain of 4. And they place the ball at the 11. Timeout's going to be called. Chieftains. So as expected, coach for the Chieftains going to call timeout. Stops the clock at 2:23. 20-7 is your score in favor of Muleshoe on homecoming night here in Muleshoe, Texas. And once again, you got to keep the momentum going, and you thought it stopped right there on that holding call, made it 2nd down and 20 for Muleshoe, and Sebastian Curvin just couldn't find anything, saw the green in front of him, took off, had some really good blocks, escaped 1 tackle, and that got you inside the goal line at the 10, and then from here, the Chieftains have been doing a really good job of just getting into the backfield and just finding the space and filling in the gaps that they need to. Makes it 4th and goal, just inside at about the 7-yard line of the Chieftains. And if you're Muleshoe, you would definitely love to score right here. You really would love to score, get you up by 27-7. And if you could stop Friona, you can go into halftime here with a really nice 20-point lead. 4th and goal, and you got to get into the end zone. And the only way to do that would be to get a pass interference to get you a fresh set of downs. But Muleshoe now looking, pass over the middle, and that's going to be caught. Touchdown. That's number 1, Irvin Torres, for the touchdown for Muleshoe. Irvin Torres' 2nd touchdown on the game. Pass over the middle from Sebastian Curvin. 7-yard touchdown. Makes it 26-7. 2:20 left in the second quarter. Now Irvin Torres is going to attempt to kick the extra point, and now coach is going to take a timeout. Great job by Sebastian Curvin, once again recognizing Irvin Torres. And like I said, Irvin Torres is a great route runner. Irvin Torres does a really great job. Muleshoe having 4 first downs on this drive, doing a really good job on really methodically getting down the field, burning time off the clock, you're only giving Friona 2 minutes, 20 seconds to get some plays off. Friona only down to 1 timeout for their next series that they are going to have. And if you're Muleshoe, you really want to try to kick the ball deep, trying to lock Friona deep into their own territory. Breaking down, making your tackles is really, really big keys on special teams. Try to keep the opponent from getting good field position with 2 minutes left in this first half. Even though looks like Muleshoe's going to go for 2. Sebastian sending Irvin Torres in motion. Sebastian, it's going to be a pitch, and that's going to be a false start. So false start's not what you want. I mean, it gives you a little bit of space to make the pass happen. This is kind of where Muleshoe was set up for the touchdown that they just scored. Sebastian Curvin and company looking off to Coach. Coach giving direction. And Friona really pressing the wide receivers. Here comes the pass. It's going to be caught. And the 2-point attempt is no good. Irvin Torres, great route run. Just really good read by the cornerback for the Chieftains. Keeps the score 26-7. So extra point, 2-point conversion, no good. Keeps the score 26-7 in the second quarter. 2:20 left. Muleshoe on homecoming night is definitely showing out for a full crowd here in Muleshoe, Texas. Muleshoe doing a really great job offensively and defensively. And the only big play that they gave up was a 54-yard touchdown to Friona, and that was a 4th down. Muleshoe looking to get the stop out midfield, and Friona just pulled a reverse, and everyone was just one step too far away for the tackle. And honestly, if a couple people stayed home, then I think Muleshoe makes that tackle. Friona definitely maybe gained the first down. It was really close. He had a couple meals there, but good blocks up front by the quarterback for the Chieftains. That was Martin Gudinez. Gave Friona its only touchdown, but Muleshoe doing a really good job of just burning clock, getting down the field methodically, and then just scoring 26-7, 2:20 left in the second quarter. Kicking it away, it's going to be Air Morales for the Mules. Kick is going to be up, and it's going to be high, and that's going to be in and out the hands of number 24. Man, oh man, what did I say? Special teams, you want to try to kick it deep and pin them deep, and that's exactly what happens. That was in and out the hands of Torres, and boy, oh boy, he landed on that fast. So now Muleshoe's defense looking to get a stop, and honestly, Muleshoe still has, I think, 2 timeouts. If I remember, 26-7, 2:17 left in the second quarter. If you're Muleshoe and you get a stop, that would be really nice. Kind of try to get some more points. Torres on the carry. Torres is going to be forced outside, and he's going to be forced out of bounds not before he gets a yard on the play. Oh, man. Brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Chieftains. Stops the clock at 2:12. Handoff Garcia. Shoulder pads down, and man, he was almost hitting the back of the field. Jaxer Lopez on the tackle. Mario Bautista with the carry, and Bautista's been, and like I said, he's short. He puts his shoulder pads down, and you got to be lower than him to make that tackle. And he's measuring in at about 5'5", and he's a quick kid, and that momentum will, if you're not standing correctly, he will put you on your backside real fast. 135 and counting in the second quarter. It's going to be a keeper by Mario. Mario's going to keep it himself. It's going to get up, bring up 4th down and 2 for the Chieftains. Mario Godinez on the carry. Well, it's going to be 4th and 1. And we'll let the clock keep running. 1 minute, 8 seconds. And I wonder if the Chieftains coach is going to let this clock run down, and then call a timeout. And that looks to be what he's doing. Play clock at 5, 4, 3, 2. And the Chieftains will take a timeout. So timeout for the Chieftains. Score 26-7 here in Muleshoe, Texas. Homecoming night for your Muleshoe Mules. Kind of a recap of the game. First touchdown came from Sebastian Curvin. That was a 58-yard run. The quarterback keeper, 3 plays. That was a very, very, very big explosive first series for the Mules. Coming out after that is going to be a shutout drive for the Mules. Muleshoe stopping the Chieftain defense. Really good job by the Muleshoe defense on that stop. The Muleshoe comes out, their own 23. It was a pass to Irvin Torres. I'm sorry. It was a pass that was out to Ramsey Martinez. We thought he made it in, got the ball down to the 5, which ultimately led to a rushing touchdown by Daniel Saenz. Then another shutout for the Muleshoe defense. Muleshoe comes out after that. His 30-yard touchdown to Irvin Torres, his first of the night. Then a touchdown by the Chieftains. That was that reverse play. 4th down and 1 for the Chieftains. And after that, it was a touchdown by Irvin Torres again. Big passing touchdown. Sebastian Curvin doing a great job tonight. Chieftains run, and I think he got stood up. That was a great job by the Muleshoe defense. Let's see where they spot this ball. 42 seconds left in the second quarter, and the Chieftains give it to Muleshoe inside the 20. Muleshoe looking for some more insurance before they give it back to the Chieftains to start the second half of play. Once again, another it's a packed night here in Muleshoe, Texas. A lot of fans here for homecoming. 1st and 10 for Muleshoe. 42 seconds to go scoring. I think you got 2 timeouts left is what Muleshoe has. Plenty of time to methodically get it downfield, try to get your score, and then go into half as a very happy, confident team. Sebastian Curvin looking right. And you're going to have to get rid of it. That's going to be in and out of the hands of Irvin Torres. Stops the clock at 35 seconds. Make it 2nd down and 10 for your Muleshoe Mules. Second down 10. Curvin and company looking off to sign for Coach Uriel Vasquez to the right of Sebastian Curvin. Sebastian Curvin's going to take it himself. There's going to be flags everywhere. Clock will stop at 33 seconds. And I wonder what this flag is. It's going to be holding. No, it's going to be a penalty on the Chieftains. It's going to be a chop block. We'll see where they place this ball at. Now moving about a yard from the first down marker inside the 10. Second down and about 1. Oh, I'm sorry. It'll be first down and goal at the 9-yard line. 33 seconds in the second quarter. Sebastian Kervin looking off. That ball's going to be caught. That was number 3, Bone Cincinnati inside the 5. Got 20 seconds and counting in the second quarter. And if you're Muleshoe, you really want to score right here. Sebastian Kervin, keeper, is going to be brought down, make it third down and goal at the 2. And here we go. One more play is what you got. Keeper Kervin getting inside and is stopped at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be the end of the half. 26-7 is your score in favor of Muleshoe. We'll be back for your second half of football. You're listening to Channel 6 Muleshoe.
Gillam Advertising, Channel 6, MuleshoeTV.com live stream coverage of the Muleshoe Mules football versus Friona Chieftains homecoming game, brought to you by Barrett Potato Farms, Leal's Tortilla Factory, Burton Service Center, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Muleshoe Independent School District, Mohawk Auto Parts, WTG Fuels, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Edward Jones and Stephen Dement, Farmers Insurance, Julie DeBruin, Hi-Tek Automotive, Irrigation Pumps and Power, and Bailey County Farm Bureau, Scott Miller.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Muleshoe ISD would like to welcome all of you to the 2022 Homecoming Halftime Show. Tonight, Ms. Kayla Soto will help us crown one young lady as a 2022 Muleshoe High School Homecoming Queen. Your 2022 Homecoming nominees are Miss Italy Turango. Italy is being escorted by her father, Manuel Cardenas. She is the daughter of Mr. Manuel Cardenas and Miss Carla Estrada. Italy is involved in cross-country, basketball, track, and FFA horse judging. She plans to attend Texas Tech University, where she will major in early childhood education. Miss Italy Turango. The next nominee, Miss Jimena Ramirez. Jimena is being escorted by her father, Benjamin Ramirez. Jimena is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Benjamin Ramirez. Jimena is involved in cheerleading, athletics, and is a manager for the football team. She will receive her CCMA certification and hopes to receive her ENT certification this year as well. She is currently taking dual credit classes for SPC and plans to attend West Texas A&M and get her degree in biology pre-medicine. Jimena plans to continue her education in medical school after her bachelor's. Her parents moved to this country in order to provide a better life and future for their children, and Jimena is determined to make that dream come true. Miss Jimena Ramirez. Our next nominee, Miss Kylie Hernandez. Kylie is being escorted by her father, Adalberto Hernandez. Kylie is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Adalberto Hernandez. Kylie is involved in varsity basketball, softball, and track. After high school, she would like to attend SFA or Stephen F. Austin University and continue to make her way to becoming a midwife nurse in the medical field. Kylie hopes to play college basketball to fulfill her dreams since she fell in love with the sport just as a little girl. She's excited to experience new things and travel the world. Miss Kylie Hernandez. Our final nominee, Miss Annalie Hernandez. Annalie is being escorted by her father, Juan Hernandez. Annalie is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Juan Hernandez. Annalie is involved in varsity softball, varsity track and field, student council, FCCLA for 4 consecutive years, Meals on Wheels, Read With Me, volunteers with the Muleshoe Heritage Center, Snack Pack for Kids, and is currently in the CMA program. Her future plans include graduating high school as a certified medical assistant, going to South Plains College for an associate's in nursing, then transferring to West Texas A&M to earn her bachelor's in nursing. After graduation, she wants to become a labor and delivery nurse. Miss Annalie Hernandez. Your 2022 Muleshoe High School Homecoming Queen is Miss Kylie Hernandez. Please give all of these young ladies another round of applause. Thank you, ladies. Once again, congratulations to your 2022 homecoming queen, Miss Kylie Hernandez. And now, please help me in welcoming our 2022 Mighty M Band. Tonight's show is entitled Turbo, with music by Randall Stanwich, featuring soloist Brenna Butler. The drum majors are Michaela Hasselhoff and Brenna Butler. The Mighty M Band is under the direction of Miranda DeBruin and Jessica Meinrich. The color guard is under the direction of Kaylee Young. Drum majors, is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, the 2022 Mighty M Band.
Gillam Advertising, Channel 6, MuleshoeTV.com live stream coverage of the Muleshoe Mules football versus Friona Chieftains homecoming game, brought to you by Barrett Potato Farms, Leal's Tortilla Factory, Burton's Service Center, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Muleshoe Independent School District, Mohawk Auto Parts, WTG Fuels, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Edward Jones and Stephen Dement, Farmers Insurance, Julie DeBruin, Hi-Tek Automotive, Irrigation Pumps and Power, and Bailey County Farm Bureau, Scott Miller.
Welcome back to our second half of Muleshoe football. 26-7 is our score. And Muleshoe just really doing a great job offensively. Defensively, this game so far, Muleshoe will kick it away to start off the second half. Really good game by the Muleshoe defense. 7 points allowed. They put 2 3-and-outs and 4 total drives. The Chieftains with 4 drives. Muleshoe forcing 2 of those to be 3-and-outs. So good job on the Muleshoe defense. Muleshoe offense, 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing. Sebastian Curvin has 2 touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. And then Irvin Torres, 2 receiving touchdowns. Kick is away by Aaron. Yeah, that's going to go out to number 21, who has some space out in front of him. He's going to get ahead past the 35. Aaron Rosales was the person who caught the ball for the Chieftains, took it upfield, and will set up shop 1st and 10 for Friona. Godinez at quarterback, and the Chieftains looking to get their offense started. Muleshoe's defense looking to kind of keep what they had going. That's going to be a direct snap over to Godinez, and he's going to be tackled. Not before a gain of about 4 on the play. We'll make it 2nd down and 6 for the Chieftains. The Chieftains' lone touchdown came in the second quarter. It was a reverse play, and, I mean, you stalled that reverse. You forced Muleshoe to really kind of put the ball out. That's going to be number 4, Bautista on the carry. It's going to be a gain of a couple on the play. We'll make it 3rd down and 3 for the Chieftains. Like I was saying, the reverse play, you really pushed the Muleshoe defense to one side, and it almost didn't work. There was a lot of meals in the area, just good blocks up front, really good blocks by the quarterback for the Chieftains, Godinez, and which allowed for the 54-yard touchdown, and that was the only touchdown the Chieftains scored, and it's really the only big play that was given up. Oh, my goodness, Noah Cantu almost in the backfield. It's going to be a gain of a yard on the play. We'll make it 4th down and 2 for the Chieftains. And I think every drive from here on out might be a 4-down drive. Got to go for it on 4th down. Try to keep your team in this 26-7, 10:30 and counting in the 3rd quarter. Here we go. 4th down. Muleshoe's defense looking to get a sob. Look at Noah Cantu pressing forward. And it's going to be a carry by Bautista. Bautista gets across 1st down. Gets a couple of extra yardage on that play. Past the sticks. 1st down. Right at the 50-yard line is where the Chieftains will be located. Fresh set of downs for the Chieftains. Big run by number 4, Mario Bautista, to keep the drive alive. Godinez, toss out to Bautista. Really good blocks up front. Finally tackled. Gain of 4 on the play. We'll make it 2nd down and 6 for the Chieftains. And if you're running the ball, that's kind of what you want to do. You kind of want to methodically run, get big chunk yardage, 4 or 5 yards at a time. That really helps your offense kind of open up some space in the secondary also. Muleshoe pressing. 1 safety in the back, and here comes the pass, and oh my goodness, that's going to be in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. It's going to be number 44, so it'll be Alex Rivas. Stops the clock at 9:22 in the 3rd quarter, makes up 3rd down and 6 for the Chieftains. Clock will now run. Godinez, left of him is Bautista. Handoff, Bautista, reverse to Torres. And Muleshoe read it this time, and that was a great tackle by number 24, Uriel Vasquez. Nick Reyes actually doing a really good job, the nose tackle, stepping across, reading where it was going, recognized that his blocker left him, came back across, and then stood in the area of where Torres was going to run, and then forced Torres to the outside where Uriel Vasquez was waiting for him. Really good job, and that's going to be a punt. And Muleshoe's going to let it go, and that's going to end over end into the end zone for a touchback. So Muleshoe's defense, bending, not breaking, really good job. Allowed a first down, but stopped them on the next set of sticks that the Friona Chieftains had. Will set up the first drive for this second half of football for Muleshoe. Muleshoe leading 26-7 in this one so far. So Muleshoe set up shop at the 20-yard line. First and 10, 80 yards to go, and nice little methodical runs is what I'd see Muleshoe having again on this one, burning a lot of clock. Here comes Bones Cincinnati, and it's going to be a toss, and it's not going to go to Bones. It's going to go to Daniel Sines, 21. Second down and 5 for Muleshoe. Sebastian looking in trouble and needs to get rid of it, and he's going to be sacked. That's number 11, Heston Grimsley on the sack for the Chieftains. Takes Muleshoe just about right to where they started, back at about the 20. Third down and 10 for the Mules. Clock running, 8 minutes and counting left in the third quarter. Sebastian Curvin and company looking off to the side. Irvin Torres, Bones Cincinnati at the bottom of your screen. Judas Reyes, Ramsey Martinez at the top of your screen for wide receiver. And over the middle, it's going to be Bones Cincinnati on the catch, and he's going to get enough for the first down, and they're going to give him the forward progress. First down, Muleshoe. So a big first down for Muleshoe. Bones Cincinnati on the catch, and we're approaching the 7-minute mark in the third quarter. So Muleshoe once again just kind of methodically moving downfield, using chunk yardage at a time, taking their time and reading what the defense has. And it's going to be a keeper by Sebastian Curvin who's going to get outside, and that's going to come back. That was a holding down on Muleshoe's offense. So holding offense will take you back. So instead of first and 10, it'll be a repeat first down. First and 20 for the Muleshoe Mules. So first and 20 for Muleshoe, that's going to set them back, and I think right here is where you might see a lot of running come in. 7 minutes left in the third quarter, 26-7 is your score in favor of the Mules. And now a false start. So now Muleshoe will be drawn back a lot further. It will be first and 25 for Muleshoe now. So now Muleshoe kind of back to where they, even way past where they started. So first and 25, Sebastian Curvin's going to keep it, run up, get a little cushion, gain of 5. Take you back to second and 20 for the Mules. Clock running, 6:45 and counting, 26-7 is your score. So I wonder if you try to take a shot here, something kind of over the middle or something. We haven't seen that. Irvin Torres, Bones Cincinnati at the top of your screen. Ramsey Martinez, the lone receiver at the bottom. Handoff. Nope, that's going to go out to Ramsey Martinez. And Ramsey Martinez caught it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, they're saying he's out of bounds. Ooh. Oh, my goodness. Sebastian Curvin threw that bread right into the basket. And they're going to say that Ramsey Martinez was out of bounds. And I looked, and both feet looked to be in. I thought he had maybe a yard and some change of extra room, but oh my goodness, he's going to be called out of bounds. Stops the clock at 6:16. So 3rd and 20 for Muleshoe. And I think you go for a big chunk pass here again. See if you can get it out to one of these wide receivers. Timeout. Coach is calling a timeout, so it'll be first timeout of the half. 6:15 left in the third quarter. 26-7 is your score. Muleshoe versus Friona is brought to you by Barrett Produce, Leal's Tortilla Factory, Burton Service Center, Muleshoe Animal Clinic Vet Supply, Shipman's Body Shop Autoplex, Bailey County Electric, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Muleshoe ISD, Mohawk Auto Parts, WTG Fuels, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Edward Jones, Stephen Dement, Farmers Insurance, Julie DeBruin, Hi-Tek Automotive, Irrigation Pumps and Power, and Bailey County Farm Bureau, Scott Miller. Welcome back after the timeout break. 26-7 is your score. 6:15 left in the third quarter. 3rd and 20. Big pass to Ramsey Martinez. He was out of bounds is what the officiating crew called. Irvin Torres in motion, and I wonder if you kind of go back to a really deep pass, use one of these guys again, and Sebastian Curvin all day looking, going out to Ramsey Martinez. Ramsey Martinez open, and he dropped it. Ooh, that was just a little out in front of him. Ramsey Martinez had to reach for that one, and I thought he had it and just couldn't land the landing, and unfortunately brings up a 4th and 20, 6:09 left in the third quarter, and Muleshoe will punt it away, and I think this is Muleshoe's first punt of the game. Irvin Torres to punt it away. And there's going to be a false start, and I don't know who it's on, because I think I saw the defense come into the neutral zone, and no, they're going to say it's false start on the offense. Makes it 4th and 25, and Muleshoe will punt it away. Good punt, spiral, end over end. And that's going to land at about the 50, roll into Chieftain territory at about the 43, 44. We'll see where they start the Chieftains. And the Chieftains will start at the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 for Friona. And Muleshoe's defense will come out, looking to get another stop. .609 left in the third quarter. Chieftains are needing the score in a hurry. They're down 26-7. And handoff is going to go to Bautista. Bautista will get about 5 yards on that play. 4 yards. 2nd down, and they're going to mark him 3 yards. 2nd and 7 for the Chieftains. .540 and counting. Ball at the 46. Godinez looking, going out. Caught. Number 2 is, oh no, Martin Godinez was out. Number 13, Jose Cicero, was the quarterback. A little switch there. I didn't catch that one, and that brings up first down. So Cicero at quarterback. And here comes the blitz, and it's going to work. It's going to be Davian McMullen and also number 54, Davian Ragsdale on the tackle. Number 4, Mario Bautista on the carry. .435 and counting in the third quarter. Friona trailing 26-7. Cicero looking to his right, and it's going to go deep, and that is almost intercepted. Ramsey Martinez, oh my goodness, got the one hand on it and couldn't bring it in. Stops the clock at 4:24, brings up third down and 12 for the Chieftains. The intended receiver was Martin Godinez. Oh my goodness. Ramsey Martinez went airborne, and I tell you what, he almost came down with that interception, and this crowd would have gone crazy. Still a packed stadium here in Muleshoe, Texas. And timeout. Friona takes their first timeout of the second half, scores 26-7, 4:24 left in this third quarter, and the game's kind of moving pretty quick. Muleshoe definitely sticking to the ground game. They got a couple passes, and penalties is what really hurt them on their last drive. A holding penalty taking them the 1st and 20, and then turning around and getting a false start right after that penalty made it 1st and 25. Little run by Sebastian Curvin took it back to the 2nd and 20. And then from there, just kind of stalled. A big pass by Sebastian Curvin was out to Ramsey Martinez. And I thought Ramsey Martinez came away with that one. He was called out of bounds by the officiating crew. Punted away, and now we're here, 3rd down and 12 for this Chieftain offense. The Chieftains, 1 first down on this drive so far, and last drive they only had a 1st down, and Muleshoe was able to stop them. Salcedo rolling out to his left, and that ball is going to hit the ground, no good, rolls out. Intended receiver was Damian Sanchez. Makes it 4th and 12, and if you're the Chieftains, you don't know if they're going to punt it away or if they're going to try to go for it. You really got to make something happen here, because if Muleshoe gets the ball, they may take it into the 4th quarter. 2 timeouts left for the Chieftains. You got a little bit of something to work with, but you are down by 3 or 4 possessions, and here comes the flag. It's going to be delay of game on the Chieftains. And I think at this point you do punt it. Drops them back, 4th and 17, 4:18 left in the third quarter. And I think Muleshoe's just going to stay pressed. They're going to let the punt go behind them. Make sure that there's no sneak play or anything that the Chieftains might have up their sleeves. Salcedo at quarterback. I think the Chieftains are going to go for it. High snap, and the Chieftains are. It's going to be a deep pass, and there's going to be a flag. That's intercepted by number 2, Judas Reyes. Judas Reyes is going to go. I don't know if this flag is going to negate what just happened, and he may take it to the house, and it's going to be Judas Reyes is going to be tackled right around the 25-yard line, but it's going to come back. There was a late hit, and I think it's going to be roughing the passer on Let's see what the officiating crew says. 4:03 left in the third quarter. 26-7 is your score. And that's what's probably going to end up being pass interference on Muleshoe. It's declined, and then roughing the passer is accepted. That's a fresh set of downs. Should be a fresh set of downs for the Chieftains. Automatic first down, and man, oh man, the Muleshoe Mules haven't had a whole lot of penalties, but that one definitely hurts you. And the crowd is definitely not happy about it. Muleshoe's defense needs to get set. Chieftains are set up. Saucedo at quarterback. Handoff Bautista going up the left side, and Bautista is going to be not brought down. Oh my goodness, I thought he was brought down, and he was able to get a lot of extra yardage after that contact. Makes it 2nd down and 5. And I thought he was brought down at the line of scrimmage. There's a host of Mules back there. Jackson Lopez looked like he had a hand on them, and Bautista was able to get around. 3:35 and counting in the third quarter. Chieftains 2 timeouts left in this ball game. 2nd down, handoff, Bautista again. Bautista caught at the shoelace, but he's going to put his hand down. 1st down, Chieftains. Fresh set of downs at the 25 of Muleshoe, where the Chieftains are located. And now the crowd is on their feet cheering on the defense. Clock approaching 3:10. Handoff, and that's going to go to Torres. Torres is going to put his helmet down and get a big chunk of yardage. And it looks like there's going to be a hurt Muleshoe player on the play. So big run by the Chieftains. Chieftains doing a really good job so far on this offense. 2:54 left in the third quarter. 26-7 is your score. Kind of a recap on the game so far. So Muleshoe really doing a good job on defense, forcing only 7 points in this game so far. 2 3-and-outs on the 4 drives in the first quarter. The 2 other drives that the Chieftains have had, the first drive they had this second half of football. They had a first down and then just got snuffed at the line, and that's kind of how this drive was going on this one for the Chieftains. The Muleshoe defense, 1 first down, and then just 1 penalty changed it all. Now the Chieftains are down in Muleshoe territory inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. 2nd down and 2 for the Chieftains. Pass, that's going to go out. That's going to be they're going to say a touchdown. 17-yard touchdown. Saucedo pass, that's out to number 3. That's Damian Sanchez for the Chieftain touchdown. Makes the score 26-13 in favor of the Mules. So Muleshoe's defense doing a really good job in this series up until the penalty that they had. Kick is going to be up, and it's going to be good. Martin Gudinez on the PAT. Looks like Noah Cantu was the checking up player for Muleshoe. He was able to get up, walk off on his own, and that was hopefully a really good sign. You'd like to see him back in the game. Noah Cantu is definitely a difference maker on this Muleshoe defense. The linebacker does a really, really good job of filling the holes. He's a really, really great kid of vision and is able to go in and really read what the defense has, and definitely feeds into this Muleshoe defense. They all feed off of each other and do a really good job of anytime there's momentum, man, it's go time for this Muleshoe defense. They do a really good job of reading their keys, doing a really good job of setting up themselves for success all across the board. From the defensive line, middle linebackers to the deep secondary. Kick's going to be away, and that's going to go out to Irvin Torres. Irvin Torres is going to take it. Got some space out in front of him. He's dangerous when he does, and he's going to be wrapped up and finally brought down, not before he crosses the 30. So here comes this Muleshoe offense, and if you're Muleshoe's offense, you look to not make the mistakes that you made before. No penalties. Try to stay penalty-free. And Muleshoe's offense has done a really good job about that. They've first down, get a big chunk of yards, second down and short, work the ball a little bit, third down and manageable, keep the clock running. And that's been what Muleshoe's offense has done all game. It's just methodically drive down the field, use every play to their advantage, especially the game clock. Pass is going to be out to Ramsey Martinez. Ramsey Martinez makes his quarterback miss and going to be tackled, crushed into Chieftain territory down at the 34-yard line. I want to say he's inbounds. We'll keep the clock running as soon as the ball is set. 2:23 left in the third quarter. And boy, Muleshoe answered fast. Sebastian Curvin with a bullet out to Ramsey Martinez. Ramsey Martinez, boy, he just stepped back, and the cornerback was frozen in time and ran right past him. First and 10 for Muleshoe, looking off to the side. 5 seconds to get the playoff, and they do. Daniel Signs on the carry. Daniel Signs going upfield. Daniel Signs, big chunk of yardage. That's why I said before, you run the ball, get a big chunk of yardage, keep that clock running. Under 2 minutes in the third quarter is where we're at now. 1:45 and counting. 26-14 is your score in favor of the Mules. Sebastian Curvin going to keep it himself. Cut back in. Gain of a few. And again, this Muleshoe offense, just chunk of yardage. Even if it's just 3 yards, that makes it third down and manageable. Third down at about 3 is what we're looking at with a minute 10 left in the third quarter. Fans are cheering on their Muleshoe Mules right now. Sebastian keeping it himself, finding the gap, but it's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. Clock will continue to run, 40 seconds and counting in the third quarter. About a 10-second difference on the play clock and game clock. So you're going to maybe get one more playoff right here. They're going to go for it on fourth down. Sebastian Curvin and company still out on the field. Lone receiver down low is Judas Reyes. Sebastian looking, passing. That's just outside of the reach of Irvin Torres, and that ball was just past him. Turnover on downs, 13 seconds left in the third quarter, and here comes the dangerous Muleshoe defense. Boy, oh boy, you got a little bit of momentum shift, but the Chieftains are starting deep in their own territory. They are located right at their own 26-yard line. Salcedo, handoff, 44 Torres will take it up the sideline. He's going to be finally pushed out of bounds, not before he gets the first down. I'm sorry, 44 is Rivas. Correction. Force out of bounds, stops the clock at 8 seconds. And momentum is the name of the game for football. Friona gets a stop on the Muleshoe defense, and that will be the second stop, and Muleshoe hasn't done anything in this second half of football offensively. And it's going to be a screen that's going to go out. Davian McMullen's there to read it. And that's the end of the third quarter. We'll be right back for your fourth quarter of football after these sponsors. Muleshoe Mules versus Friona Chieftains is brought to you by Barrett Produce, Leal's Tortilla Factory, Burton Service Center, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, Bailey County Electric, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Muleshoe ISD, Mohawk Auto Parts, WTG Fuels, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Edward Jones, Stephen Dement, Farmers Insurance, Julie DeBruin, Hi-Tek Automotive, Irrigation Pumps and Power, Bailey County Farm Bureau, Scott Miller. Flipping sides, fresh quarter, 12 minutes until this game is over. Muleshoe 26, the Friona Chieftains 14. And Friona's now making the drive downfield. They got a first down, and now it is second down and 8 for the Chieftains. I tell you what, this Muleshoe defense is now clapping their hands, pumping each other up. Maybe you get a different view of the defense here. And Salcedo in trouble. He's going to have to get rid of it. Jaxer Lopez on the tackle. Oh, man. Number 54, that was Davian Ragsdale, got in the backfield, and Salcedo had to move out of the way. And Jaxer Lopez was there waiting for him. Jaxer Lopez able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Third down and 8 for the Chieftains. And you would really like to see the Chieftains to stay here on fourth down, not really get any yardage on this next play. Definitely make it a lot harder for them to continue on the series. Here we go. A little stunt on the defensive line for Muleshoe, and that ball is thrown at the ground. Number 2, Martin Godinez. Oh, man. Muleshoe ran a stunt on the defensive line, and that definitely threw the offensive line off of their game a little bit. Davian Ragsdale coming across from Nick Reyes, crossing, and then next thing you know, he's in the backfield chasing the quarterback. The offensive line was moving downfield, makes it fourth down and 8. 11-14 is where the clock is stopped. And boy, oh boy, if you're Muleshoe right here, you would love to get the shot. And then they're going to punt it away. Ball will land at about the 35 and will hit out of bounds at about the 27. Muleshoe's defense on the stop, and that is a great job by the Muleshoe defense by keeping the Friona Chieftains from really any other damage. Stop the bleeding, and now it's time for Muleshoe's offense to come out. And Muleshoe's offense hasn't been back. That first series in the second half was just mental errors, some bad mistakes that you make, penalties that you will pay for. And then on the second drive that they had, you get the pass downfield and then just kind of stalled out down in your own territory. And in all honesty, that was the first time that the Muleshoe offense just kind of just got nowhere. So 11:09 in the fourth quarter. Muleshoe leads 26-14. Handoff up the middle. Back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to say about a yard gain. Daniel Signs on the carry. So if you're Muleshoe, the Chieftains using a 3-man front, 4 linebacker set. You got to really, really sit here and think if, do you pass it? Do you keep running? Handoff, Signs again. And Signs is going to get ahead. Ball's out. They're going to blow the play dead. Forward progress gives the Mules a couple more yards. Will make it 3rd down and 5. Ultimately, you would like to go down and score, but you don't want to go down and score, keep your defense on the field. You want to try to methodically make your way downfield, and I really wonder if you see Muleshoe pass right here. 3rd and 7 for Muleshoe. Sebastian pass as tipped at the line of scrimmage. Ramsey Martinez was the intended receiver, and here comes the punt team for Muleshoe. Heston Grimsley in the face of Sebastian Curvin. Sebastian, man, if he would have pumped fake, ooh, that would have been nasty. Pump fake and then the pass. Heston Grimsley was there in his face, and he jumped up, almost made a miss. The punt hits the ground. It's going to be a low punt. It's going to be caught right at around the 40-yard line, 41 of Muleshoe. Low snap to Irvin Torres, and the punt was definitely not any better. Makes the starting position for the Friona Chieftains really good position, starting in Muleshoe territory at the 41, and this is where you really got to find that mental toughness. If you're Muleshoe's defense, get the stop on this series. If you can, a 3-and-out. Give your offense the ball back. 9:53 left in the 4th quarter. Muleshoe up 26-14. And here comes Noah Cantun. Wrong side. Chieftains on the run. Gain of 4. Makes it 2nd down and 6 for Friona. Keeps the clock running. 9:30 and counting. Salcedo looking, and it hits Bone Censoneros in the back. 24, Uriel Vasquez on the pressure for the Muleshoe Mules. Stops the clock at 9:17. Boy, oh boy, Uriel Vasquez was a second away from a really big sack. 3rd down and 6 for the Chieftains. And if you think about it, if you're 4th down and long, do you still go for it? You're really not deep in the Muleshoe territory. You're still located almost midfield, but you're in that happy medium spot. You know, if you can get the yards you want, you go for it. If not, then you definitely want to try to punt away, force Muleshoe to drive it down the field. Salceda, handoff Bautista. Bautista tackled in the backfield. Got back to the line of scrimmage. There was a host of Mules in there. Davey McMullen, Noah Cantu, Jaxer Lopez, and 4th and 6. Clock running, 8:50 and counting in the 4th quarter. Salcedo, quarterback, Bautista to the right of him. Salcedo looking, time, and that ball is going to be overthrown, and I think the Muleshoe defense was in his face. Turnover on downs, no flags. And boy, oh boy, mental toughness pays off as the Muleshoe defense takes care of business. So great job by the Muleshoe defense. Turnover on downs, 8:29 in the 4th quarter. And if you're Muleshoe's offense, you like to score here, put the game away. We want to do it methodically. 1st and 10, Muleshoe starting off in really pretty good field position out towards the middle of the field, 37-yard line, their own 37. Sebastian Curvin at quarterback, Daniel Signs to the left of him, sending Tate Shipman in motion, top to bottom of your screen. Handoff, Signs up the middle, gain of 3. And not a bad run at all. You get the yardage that you want. You get good positive yards. 2nd down and 7. Now the next play that you want. You definitely want to either try to get a first down or try to get close to that first down marker. Keep chewing away at this clock. 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Muleshoe leads 26-14. Sebastian Curvin sends Tate Shipman in motion. Play action. Sebastian in trouble. He's going to have to get it away, and he's going to get to the outside, tosses it, and boy, gets it in between two receivers, and it's a dangerous pass to make. Stops the clock at 7:43. And at that point, I think you throw a bullet out of bounds. That was a very, very close pass. And it was in between two of his own receivers, but there was also two Chieftains there. Watch number 20. That's going to be Josiah Dominguez for the Chieftains. Daniel Signs now moving to the air side. I think Sebastian Kern was reading what that was, and that is a good read, good block. And that pass is going to go over top, over the middle, nobody open, and that's going to be a fourth down for the Mules, 4th and 7. Stops the clock at 7:37, so only able to chew 30 seconds off the clock. A little bit under 30 seconds. Stays 23 seconds, really. That's what Muleshoe is able to take off of this clock. Irvin Torres to punt it away. And here you really want a good snap, good punt. Try to reverse the field. And that's what you get. Really good punt. Fair catch called. Chieftains will start at their own 20. We'll mark it at the 28-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Friona. 7:32 left in the fourth quarter. 26-14 is your score, and Friona's just hanging on by a thread. If you're the Chieftains, you want to go down and score. We'll make it a very manageable game at that point for the Chieftains. If you're Muleshoe, you definitely want to get a stop and try to put this game away. Clock will now stay at 7:32. And the Chieftains offense coming out. Saucedo at quarterback. And a lot of confusion for the Chieftain offense. And there's going to be a flag on the play. That's not how you want to start if you're the Chieftains. So 5 yards will make it 1st and 15 for the Chieftains, and a lot of confusion. Coach definitely not happy about it. And I don't know if Coach called a timeout or not. He has his players huddled up. You got 20 seconds to get this play off, and they're barely lining up to the ball. I think they just want to throw Muleshoe off. It's going to be a 2-back set. Handoff. Nope, it's going to be a play action pass. That's going to go outside the reach. Is that intercepted? No! That was in and out of the hands of the intended receiver into the hands of Uriel Vasquez, and Uriel Vasquez hit the turf. That ball came out. Oh, man, that was almost intercepted. 2nd down and 15 for the Chieftains. And that was almost, I'd even say that was a dangerous pass. I think you just throw it at the feet of your receiver. You had a lot of Mules in your face. And here comes a deep pass that is just outside of the reach of Martin Godinez. Salcedo's pass just a little high. Stops the clock at 7:24 in the fourth quarter. 3rd down and 15. And if you're Muleshoe, you would definitely like to get a stop down here. Definitely changes the positioning on the field. Will help out your offense into hopefully getting one more score, putting away the game. Salcedo. Pass over the middle. That's going to be intercepted. That's going to be Irvin Torres on the interception, getting upfield down at about the Friona, to say about the 27, 26, wherever they're going to mark it from there. Looks like Friona 27. Good job by the Muleshoe defense. That will be a turnover. 7:13 left in the fourth quarter, and the Muleshoe offense will come out in great field position. Sebastian Curvin looking, handoff, Daniel Signs. And Daniel Signs is going to rush up the middle. Good run by 21 Daniel Signs. Will make it second down in, I think, about 5 or 6. It'll be second and 6. Clock running, 6:50 and counting in the fourth quarter. Sebastian Curvin and company looking off to the sideline. Irvin Torres, Bone Cincinnati's at the bottom of your screen. Ramsey Martinez, the lone wide receiver, at the top. Chieftains definitely stacking the line of scrimmage. Daniel Signs bounces off of one guy, and there's going to be a flag on the play, and Daniel Signs forced out of bounds inside the 10, right at about the 7 or 8 yard line. And flag on the play looks to be in the holding area, and it is holding on Muleshoe. Will make it 2nd and 16, and that's not what you wanted if you're Muleshoe. 6:28 in the fourth quarter, 26-14 is your score in favor of the Mules. Muleshoe looking to put away this game. The Chieftains are definitely looking to try to stay alive in this game. 2 timeouts left for the Chieftains. Daniel Signs to the right of Sebastian Curvin. 2 wide receivers at the top of your screen. Handoff to Daniel Signs, and nowhere to go. Big loss of yards there. Loss of 2 or 3. And timeout. Oh no, it was an injury timeout, but it looks like the Chieftain player was able to get off on his own. Six minutes and counting in this fourth quarter. Muleshoe looking to put away the game. Sack, 3rd down and 16. And boy, oh boy, if you're Muleshoe, you definitely just want to put away this game. Be 3rd down, 18. I'm sorry. You got 3 seconds to get the play off, and you get it off at the last second. Here you go. Good blocks. Sebastian Curvin looking downfield. Has Bone Cincinnati's, and that's just outside of his reach. And that's a hard decision to make as a quarterback. You had a little bit of open real estate in front of you, but you wanted to try to thread that needle out to Ramsey Martinez, the intended receiver on that play. Stops the clock at 5:31, and the offense is going to stay out. I wonder if Muleshoe has any tricks up their sleeves. 4 wide receivers out now for the Mules. Daniel Signs to the right of Sebastian Curvin. Sebastian Curvin, pass over the middle. That's Irvin Torres. 1st down, Muleshoe. Boy, oh boy, it was quiet there for a second. I haven't heard his name called in a hot minute. Takes it inside the 15 at about the 12. Fresh set of downs for Muleshoe. Clock will run as soon as the ball is set. 5:20 and counting in the fourth quarter. If you're Muleshoe, that's what you wanted. You have a chance to get a 1st down, even burn more clock that you can. But I think at this point you're going to want to try to score as fast as you can. Here we go. Irvin Torres makes one man miss. Irvin Torres to the outside. Touchdown, Mules. 12 yards. Irvin Torres pass from Sebastian Curvin. Irvin Torres, little shimmy shammy, makes the Friona Chieftain miss. Brings the score 32-14 in favor of your Muleshoe Mules. That is Irvin Torres' 3rd touchdown of the game. I don't have the exact stat on me. Bone Cincinnati snap is high, and making the right decision as Irvin Torres just landing on it, 32-14. I was to say he may be close to 100 yards on the game. 100 receiving yards. I'm not 100% certain, but I know that he is pretty close to that number. 3 touchdowns on the night for Irvin Torres. Really good job by the quarterback, Sebastian Curvin, recognizing what the open coverages that he has. And I mean, that's kind of been the connection between Sebastian Curvin and Irvin Torres tonight, is really good passing, really good recognition of what the defense is running, and really good reads by the quarterback. So kicking it away, it's going to be Aaron Morales for the Muleshoe Mules. And I'm not going to say that's going to put the game away exactly. There's still 5 minutes left in this game. 32-14 is your score. You would definitely like to get one more stop if you're Muleshoe. Turn around and then try to burn as much clock as you can. So here we go. Aaron Morales on the kickoff. Really calm winds tonight. Ball shouldn't travel too far. That's going to go out of bounds. That's going to be a flag. And that's going to push the Chieftains up past the 25, and I think they'll set up shop at their own, I'm going to say 30-yard line. Yep, that's where they're going to mark it. Chieftains will start up at their own 30-yard line. 1st and 10, 4:59 left in the fourth quarter. 32-14 in favor of your Muleshoe Mules. Salcedo at quarterback. To the right of him is Bautista. And it's going to be a pass. Salcedo looking out. That's Bautista. And that's going to be Uriel Vasquez with a great open field tackle. Loss of yard on the play. 2nd down and 11 for the Chieftains. And that's a great tackle. Mario Bautista has been honestly making every first guy miss for the Mules tonight. And Uriel Vasquez had his feet set. Great wrap-up, great tackle. Good job by Uriel Vasquez on that tackle. Makes it 2nd down and 11. Clock runs 4:20 and counting. Handoff, Bautista. Bautista has a seam. Bautista going, makes a man miss. 1st down for the Chieftains. I think Muleshoe was kind of confused on what the set was. And under center is going to be Salcedo. Salcedo. Ball's out! I have no eyes. I don't know where it's going. And I see everyone saying Muleshoe's ball! 4:38 in the fourth quarter. And it's going to be a botched snap. And Muleshoe lands on it. 32-14. And Muleshoe's defense coming up big again. Interception, then now a fumble recovery. So great job by the Muleshoe Mule defense. Not leaving off where they were last week. 1st and 10 for the Muleshoe offense. So Sebastian Curvin and company are going to come out. And what you hope to be is a put-away drive for this game. Pass is going to go out to Bone Cincineros. Bone Cincineros catches it. There he goes. Open field. Touchdown. 43 yards. Sebastian connection with Bone Cincineros for that touchdown. Irvin Torres to attempt the extra point. Oh my goodness. Bone Cincineros catches that. The cornerback falls down, and that's just a way to put away a game right there. 38-14 is now your score in favor of Muleshoe. Snap is down, kick is up. Kick is going to be good. 39-14 is your score in favor of Muleshoe. Big pass by Sebastian Curvin. And oh my goodness, Bone Cincineros had a lot of time and a lot of room for that catch. And that's going to be a one-play drive for the Muleshoe Mules. And like I said, Muleshoe, they can score whenever they want. They can really go down methodically, or they can kind of just hit you with that one gut punch right there. And I think that it's a really great job by the Muleshoe offense. Muleshoe defense will come out with all the momentum at their side. 39-14 is your score. And don't forget that next week we will travel to Tortilla to take on Tortilla. So make sure that you make your way out to Tortilla to cheer on your Muleshoe Mules as they try to put away this game. Aaron Morales to kick it away from Muleshoe. Muleshoe looking to kind of keep the momentum going in this game and then take it on throughout the week and hopefully into the Tortilla game next week. Kick is going to be up. That's going to be high and deep. Received at about the 12. Great tackle. That's Uriel Vasquez again. Nobody's getting by him in the open field. Great job by Uriel Vasquez. Tackled right at the 21. And the Friona Chieftain was only able to get 5 yards. So 3:44 in the fourth quarter. A lot of fans still here. Student section's definitely filled up still. They are ecstatic right now. Here comes the high and powerful Muleshoe offense. Under center, Salcedo. Salcedo handoff. I'm sorry, it's not Salcedo. It's number 2. That is Martin Godinez. Handoff to Batista gets him maybe a yard on the play. 3:30 and counting in the fourth quarter. Godinez under center. Godinez. Play action. Has an open man down the field, and he's going to have to get rid of it. That's going to be caught. Big play by the Chieftains. That's Alex Rivas on the reception, and I almost sniffed that out. I almost said, watch the play action here. Muleshoe's really pressed forward. Good recognition by the Chieftains, and that ball is out again. And they're going to say that the Chieftains landed on it, but that hurts you if you're Friona. Clock will continue to run. 2:45 and counting in the fourth quarter. You're down 39-14. Second down and 12 for the Chieftains. Godinez, not under center in the gun. Handoff to Batista. Batista going upfield. Big chunk of yardage. Batista driving his feet. Fresh set of downs for Friona. And boy, oh boy, the Chieftains are just kind of attacking. They're trying to run up pace, attack this Muleshoe defense before they can get set. Here they go. 1st and 10, 2:17 and counting. Handoff. 40. That's going to be Rivas. Rivas, hands going. Rivas down to the 10. They're going to say he's inside the 10. 1st and goal for the Chieftains at the Muleshoe. They're going to mark him at the 8-yard line. Under center, Godinez. Handoff, Batista. Batista puts his head down, gets across the 5. Oh no, they're going to say his knees down at the 6. 2nd and goal at the 6 for the Chieftains. 1:55 and counting in the fourth quarter. Chieftains are down 39-14 in this one, though. Handoff, that's going to go to the outside edge. That's going to be a touchdown, Chieftains. 6-yard touchdown. So the Chieftains now answer. 138 in the fourth quarter, 39-20 is your score, but in favor of Muleshoe. Kick is going to be up, and it's going to be good. So Friona answers Muleshoe's touchdown. Muleshoe, I would definitely expect the onside for the Chieftains is what they're going to go for. Muleshoe's definitely going to have to put your best hands up front. And at this point, you're going to want to definitely get the ball, just lay down on it, and just get your offense down the field, put this game away. 138 in the fourth quarter. Muleshoe's offense scoring on one play. Got your defense back on the field really fast. And the Chieftains lining up under center and switching back and forth between gun and under center in a 2-minute offense definitely sent the tempo for them. That's exactly what Muleshoe's doing. Muleshoe pressed forward, got a lot of guys inside, and now the fishing crew is blowing the whistle, and I don't know what's happening. And it looks like a timeout's going to be called, and I don't know if Friona or Muleshoe called that one. None of the fishing crew that I saw signaled. So they take a timeout. I'd like to let you know that this homecoming night, it's been a great night for Muleshoe. Really, really great job by the Muleshoe offense and defense tonight. Really, really great job by the coaching staff tonight. Really good design play set up for success for this team all around. You got just about every wide receiver involved, both running backs involved tonight, including the quarterback on the run. And on defense, I mean, it's been everyone's effort tonight again. You know, up front, down in the secondary, you've had a fumble recovery and also a interception tonight. And here it comes, and they're going to fall on it. That goes to the hands of probably one of your better hands on the team, Irvin Torres. Boy, that was a bullet flying towards Irvin Torres, too. I wonder if that was what they planned for. Now the Muleshoe offense will come out, and coach is telling them, let's get some chunk yardage. Going to have to get the first down. I think Tortilla still has a timeout left. If they're the ones that called the timeout, they will definitely have one timeout left. If they didn't call that timeout, then they would have 2 timeouts left. And here comes Sebastian Kervin and company. Snap, handoff, up the middle. It's going to be number 22. That's going to be Noah Cantu. And he's going to be stopped not before he gets a yard on the play. Timeout, Friona stops the clock at 1:30 in the fourth quarter. Muleshoe versus Friona is brought to you by Barrett Produce, Leal's Tortilla Factory, Burton Service Center, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, Bailey County Electric, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Muleshoe ISD, Mohawk Auto Parts, WTG Fuels, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Edward Jones, Stephen Dement, Farmers Insurance, Julie DeBruin, Hi-Tek Automotive, Irrigation Pumps and Power, and Bailey County Farm Bureau, Scott Miller. 2nd and 9 from Muleshoe. Timeout by the Chieftains. I think that's their last one. It's going to be a keeper by Sebastian Kervin. Sebastian going up the right side, and you want to stay in bounds, and he was forced out of bounds. Oh, boy, that will stop the clock at 1:24. 3rd down, and I would say about 8. Third down and 8 for Muleshoe, and you definitely want to try to get a first down here. First down, put the game away. Sebastian Kerman looking to his left, looking to his right. It's not going to be flushed out of the pod. He's going to have to get rid of it. That's going to be a deep pass out. No good. Flag on the play, though. I wonder what this flag is. That flag's kind of towards the secondary. I wonder where it's going to come from. It's going to be an ineligible receiver downfield for Muleshoe. Penalty is to climb. 4th down and 7. 1:22 left in the 4th quarter, and you definitely don't want this. You want to put the game away on this series. You don't want to give the Chieftains a chance to stay alive and keep momentum. And the kick is going to be end over end. That's going to be muffed. And boy, you're going to have to tackle him. He's going to get around one Muleshoe Mule and not around the other. Yahir Kazeda on the tackle. So the Chieftains will now come out on offense. And here we go. Handoff out to Bautista. Bautista going up the right side. Bautista makes a man miss and finally tackled. Gain of 10 on the play. Clock now running. Well, clock will stop at 1:07 and it'll start running as soon as the ball is set. 1 minute and 4 seconds and counting. Handoff, Bautista again. Bautista going up the right side. Makes one man miss with a tackle. David McMullen on the tackle. 55. It's going to be Ezekiel Hinos on the tackle also. 2nd down and 5. 40 seconds and counting. Rolling out to his right. It's going to be caught and stepping out of bounds. Good pass by Martin Gudinez. So Gudinez's pass is complete. Gives Friona a fresh set of downs. 39-21 is your score in favor of Muleshoe with only about 29 seconds left in this one, folks. 1st and 10 for the Chieftains. Handoff. Reverse. Oh, my goodness, that was read immediately by Davian McMullen. $15 seconds left in this game. And timeout Chieftains. So the Chieftains did have one more timeout. Muleshoe, good job offensively and defensively this game. Looks to carry on into next week when they play Tortilla at Tortilla. So a really big thriller last year that Muleshoe had is Muleshoe. Really good effort tonight. Really all around. You got a lot of some of these new faces that are playing on the offense defense in the second half. And honestly, they started playing towards the beginning of the second half. There were some numbers I didn't see out there before. And you're getting really good experience in for some of these younger kids that could definitely come in handy for at any point during the season. You may never know when you need them. Clock will now run. Gudinez looking, going down, open over the middle. That was almost intercepted. 7 seconds left in this one. Isaac Alamos, the intended receiver, just outside of his reach. On this homecoming night, Mules will take this one, 39-21. We're hoping is what the score will say. This might be the last play of this one. Handoff, Bautista. Bautista has blockers out in front of him, and he's going to be shifty. Bautista going as the end of the ball game. Bautista tackled. Mules win homecoming night 39-21. We look for y'all to travel out to Tortilla to cheer on your Muleshoes as they move to 2-1 on the season. As they look to beat Tortilla next week. I'm Elliott Davis, the voice of the Mules, coming to you under the Friday night lights, telling y'all have a good night.
Gillam Advertising, Channel 6, MuleshoeTV.com live stream coverage of the Muleshoe Mules football versus Friona Chieftains homecoming game, brought to you by Barrett Potato Farms, Leal's Tortilla Factory, Burton's Service Center, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Muleshoe Independent School District, Mohawk Auto Parts, WTG Fuels, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Edward Jones and Stephen Dement, Farmers Insurance, Julie DeBruin, Hi-Tek Automotive, Irrigation Pumps and Power, and Bailey County Farm Bureau, Scott Miller.